Hello, my dear students. Are you fine? Okay. Today we are going to start our last chapter, chapter 12, Know Your Land. Okay, my dears, shall we start? Chapter 12, Know Your Land. Dear children, what do you see in this picture? Yes, a boy and his grandmother, right? And what they were doing? Yes, the grandmother is telling story to her grandson. The grandmother is telling the story about the land in the past, right? Tell me, dears, which type of houses are seen in olden days? Yes, houses with thatched roofs and dung flooring, right? Do you know what is thatched roofing? Yes, it is a traditional method of roofing by using dry grass, straw and coconut leaf. Then what is dung flooring? It is also a traditional method. In olden days, people used cow dung for the plastering of walls and floors. And people use kerosene lanterns to get light in olden days. In kitchens, they use ural, uri, earthen pots and vessels. Dear children, do we use these things at present? No, right? So, the things like thatched roof, dung flooring, kerosene lantern, ural, uri, earthen pots and earthen vessels were the past memories of our land. People who lived at past led a very miserable life. Do you know why? There were no proper roads at that time. So the people had to walk along longer paths with heavy loads on their heads. Only a very few of them went to school because the children had to walk a long distance to reach the school. So, most of the children become fed up walking a long distance. Okay, my dears, so these are the history of our land in the past. Okay, my dears, so what do you understood from this story? Yes, each land has a history of its own. There are some signs around us even today that remind the history of the land, so we must conserve them. To find out the history of a land, we have to collect the information about the agriculture of the time, occupation, food, home appliances, places of worship, festivals and public institutions. Okay, did you understand? Our next topic is My Land Today. Our land has changed a lot from the past, right? All the changes were made according to the needs of the people. For example, in olden days, we used grinding stone to grind things, but now we use a machine like mixer grinder to this purpose. Because in grinding stone, we need a lot of time to grind things. But in mixer grinder, the process is very easy, right? The changes in the land improved the standard of living of the people. Changes continue to occur as the needs increase. Dear children, do you know who owns the responsibility for fulfilling the common needs of the people of a land? Yes, the local self-government fulfill the common needs of the people of a locality. Do you know how the representatives of the local self-government are elected? Yes, the people of a locality elect their representatives to these local self-government by voting. My dears, did you know which are the local self-government bodies? Yes, Grama Panchayats, municipalities and corporations are the local self-government bodies. Okay, my dears, did you understand about local self-government? Okay, a small activity is given in your textbook, that is, put a tick mark in the place where you live. If we consider our school, where you have to put the tick mark? Our school is at Payad, right? So, we have to put the tick mark in Grama Panchayat. Like this, you have to put the tick mark in the place where you live. Okay? Will you do? Okay, very good. Okay, so now we know that local self-government bodies are classified into three. First one is Grama Panchayat, second one municipality, and third one is corporation. Okay, so next we have to study about the head of the local self-government bodies. First one is Grama Panchayat. Who is the head of Grama Panchayat? Yes, very good. The Panchayat President is the head of a Grama Panchayat. Then who is the head of the municipality? Yes, Municipal Chairman is the head of the municipality. Then the last one is corporation. Mayor is the head of the corporation. The elected representatives from each ward or division decides their administrative head. Okay, my dears, did you understand? Okay, so now we know about the function of local self-government, right? Okay, then say what is the function? Yes, to fulfill the common needs of people of a locality. Our Kerala has the three-tier system of local self-government. That means, in Kerala, the local self-government has 3 levels. Dear children, did you know what are they? Yes, they are Grama Panchayat, Block Panchayat and the Jilla Panchayat. The local self-government in urban areas is called municipality or corporation. Do you know what is an urban area? The region surrounding a city is called urban area. So, in urban areas, the local self-government is municipality or corporation. Okay, my dears, I hope you understood the topics that we discussed on today. So now it's time for winding up our today's class. See you in the next class. Thank you.